Report with Black Video News. I have with me Miss ConSwella Hartfield. How are you, Connie?
I'm well, thank you. Good day, good vibes, everyone.
The reason Connie is here today is because, gosh, somebody made it out. So whoever said,
yes.
Connie is a cast member on Love Match Atlanta on the Bravo channel. So I'm going to give you applause just for that. Okay. So yeah, we're here to support.
Yes,
How
thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm so grateful that my city is embracing me. I'm grateful for all of these opportunities, and just really it feels good that my city is like, yes, one of our own is out there doing her thing.
We're proud of you.
Yeah.
So what was it like to come back? And don't say it was, you know, the heat, because I know that got you as soon as you got off the plane. But
right.
when you came back, what did that feel like coming back home?
It was very emotional. It was very emotional to really have people pouring into me. I feel like I'm always pouring into others, helping others with their projects and their dreams and things like that. So for people to say, no, you need to come home. We want to embrace you. What? You're on where? On Bravo? That was a great feeling. My initial thought was, my initial goal was 3. And one of them was to be on HGTV. I ended up on Bravo. I feel like I manifested that. Another one was to help young ladies in human sex trafficking. I did that, got an award from it, from the city of Atlanta, the district attorney, the governor. So that was a great feeling because I wasn't looking for an award. I was just looking to help, and I still am. And then the other goal, the third goal, was to sell out a community, a real estate community, new construction in Atlanta, and I sold out 3.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So let me ask you this. What part of San Antonio are you from? I know the answer, but I want you to tell the
East Side, baby. East Side till I, you know what? No, East Side, of course. Yeah, born in the East Terrace, raised in the Rigsby, Wheatley Court, Sutton Homes. Our family moved from Europe, actually. My mother was born in Germany. The military brought us here. My grandparents went their separate ways eventually, and she got a 2-bedroom apartment with 12 kids in the East Terrace, and there it was. We ended up buying a home. My grandmother ended up buying a home in Eastwood, so that was nice.
So you East Side till you die. East Side. Okay, so you got your credits. When you were here at Wheatley Courts, East Terrace, Eastwood, and all these different places, I know you said you had 3 things you wanted to do, but I assume that started as an adult. When you were a child, what were your dreams and your goals? Did you ever think this?
Well, almost. I will say that probably in the same space, because as I was a child, I wanted to be a track star and I wanted to be an actress. I saw a lady sing the blues and I was like, I'm acting. I'm acting. Down to Ross the Boss,
Mine was Grease. I was walking around the house singing Grease.
Right, yeah. So that was my dream. I wanted to be an actress. So I did dabble in theater and acting classes, visual communications, art. Matter of fact, I took a class with Holly, Megan Thee Stallion's mom. So yeah, that was my dream, and I still worked on it as I segued on over to Houston, Texas. And started a modeling agency there, and did a few shows, did a few little video cameos and things like that. Fashion shows, had a street team, all girl, pretty girls promotions.
I like that.
Yeah, Black Pearl models. So we did a lot. We did a lot, and I actually matched several of my models indirectly. You know, I connected them.
So it's full circle.
Right.
We're getting to it. We're going to get to that in the second half, I think. It's coming in there. So I'm assuming that you graduated from Sam Houston?
I did.
Okay.
I did. One of my really inspiring coaches, teachers, mentors was Coach Henderson, Jackie Henderson. I was cutting up. I was cutting up, and she kind of straightened me out. And I'm grateful for that every time. Every time I see her, I'm really grateful for that, because
teachers are important.
Very important. I had another mentor, Robin Dillard. I mean, I was trying to get the gold teeth in the mouth and everything. I was doing the most, as they say. You know, I was doing the most.
Somebody said, "Don't do that, baby. Don't."
My
baby,
mentor,
don't do that.
and I did it anyway.
That's how they talk to you, baby. Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that.
I did it anyway, and you know, I had a conversation with Master P, and he said they're not going to take you seriously. And he had a mouthful of gold teeth, but I didn't know he could take them out. So I actually ended up paying more money to remove them than I did to get them put in, you know. But
sometimes you gotta learn, you know, the hard way. But
Yeah.
that was the thing. That was like the 80s and 90s.
Right.
Everybody was all
Right.
glittery in the mouth.
Exactly. I wanted that.
Yeah. So you went to Sam Houston. You're born and raised on the East Side. You had these dreams as a child. They manifest themselves as an adult, and then here you are today. We are going to take a small break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to finish this journey, because I know y'all want to know how she got to Bravotv and Love Match. So give me about 2 minutes and we'll be right back with ConSwella Hartfield, Bravotv Love Match, Atlanta.
2021 is complete. Good or bad, you made it through. The year of many firsts. It will not be easily forgotten. The Black Book Yearbook will help you capsule the year that was 2021. Own your part of history. Get your yearbook today at blacksinsanantonio.com. For the latest news and community activities, visit our companion site, blackvideonews.com, celebrating over 10 years of documenting the community.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
You know you missed it. It's back. The all-white martini party, Saturday, August 20th at the Henry's Convention Center. Mask, wear them if you got them. That means they're optional. Come enjoy another night of fun, music, and dancing. Voted #1 event of the year. Saturday, August 20th at the Henry's Convention Center in beautiful downtown San Antonio. Now it's time to get your groove back for one night only for the grown and sexy. It's the all-white martini party, the restart. Let go.
We're back with ConSwella Hartfield. She's a native San Antonian, and she made it to Bravotv Love Match Atlanta. Now, we went through that she's from the East Terrace. She's from, I don't want to say Second Baptist, the East Woods, Wheatley Court. She's like, no.
Sudden Home.
It's a Sudden Home. All that good stuff. She's down.
Right.
She's native. She's got her credentials here East Side. And we talked about the Sam Houston High School, the journey, the track, and the mentors. Now we want to know, after you finished all of that, what happened when you left? How did you get to Love Match Atlanta?
So, as I said, I was doing the most, and
well, hold on. When people say doing the most,
yeah,
that's when they're trying to skip over what the most
right.
is.
It was a lot.
What is doing the most?
I was putting myself in positions, in situations with men, with two at that time, two, you know, and it was just bad. It was just a bad situation, and one of my really, really good friends, Cassandra Curry, we call each other cousins, you know how that go. And she's like, get your stuff, get your lil, we're leaving.
All right.
Just like that, we're leaving, and we're going to Houston, because if you don't, you're gonna get killed.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what real friends.
Yeah.
Real friends care about you. Okay.
And I didn't say what,
Got up and went.
I got my stuff, got my bag, got my son, we went to Houston.
That's what I'm saying. That's
And
all.
I met a
Real
guy.
friends.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm grateful for her to this day. And I met a guy while I was there. I've always just kind of attracted certain people around me. I've always been that way. Met a guy, attracted him to me. He was from England, and he said, hey, all these girls are listening to you. They all following you. And I was like, are they? He said, yeah. He said, you should start a modeling agency. I didn't know what a DBA was. I didn't know what an LLC. I didn't know any of that.
Wow.
So he helped me do that. I ended up working with other celebrities, we started doing a monthly event. I started doing model calls, and that was it, because I was paying them.
Right.
I started getting sponsors from Africa, from England, from Jamaica, and they saw this young black girl who lost her mother, mind you. My mother had died in '95.
Oh, wow.
And she had an asthma attack. And they saw me, this single mom, putting my little sister through school, taking care of my son, trying to start a business. I don't like the word trying, but working on starting a business. And they helped me. And it wasn't anything, I need you to give me a little something, because I'm going to give you a little something. It was, this is my little sister. We want to see you win. I mean, other basketball players, NBA, NFL, it just started spearheading. I was doing the ultimate networking event every month with the help of my friend Quiz. He saw something in me. I really, you hear people say that, but I really didn't see it.
Right.
He saw it, and he said, we should do this. And he put everything together for me. And then I met another young lady. She came to one of the shows. She heard about me. Her name was Kiki. We used to call her Kiki, Kawanda Booker. And she's like, where are your contracts? Where are your agreements? Where's this? I was like, I don't know, I'm just paying them after the show. And she's like, no, we're not doing that.
No, ma'am.
She got me together. She got my contracts together. She got everything together. And this was the pivotal point in my life. The Outlaws had just left California. Pac had just died. They came over to Jay Prince, Rap-A-Lot. And I was getting ready to, he sent word that he wanted me to bring all my bad models to this, the baddest ones, to this video shoot. And I'm excited, getting ready to get out the car. Kiki says, where are you going? And I said, oh, I gotta hurry up, I don't wanna be late. She said, no, let me get this paperwork signed.
Thank you.
That's
my mind was all like,
and I'm like, no, nobody does this to Jay Prince. She's like, listen, I got this. You're the boss. You sit down, they want you. I'll go get it signed, and when I come back, because we're not chasing our money, you know. And it was a great relationship with him. He was almost a mentor to me, you know, indirectly, because he said, that's how you do business, you know. And it was very respectful. And I did a lot of videos for a lot of his artists, and that grew. And I ended up going to California, doing shows for Snoop Dogg, Warren G, Source Magazine, and I matched 3 of my models there. Didn't even realize. And they're still together.
It is just building and building. This love match stuff is just building.
Exactly.
But you have had some very special people in your life, from what I'm hearing in your story.
Absolutely.
You seem to have, the universe seems to have provided you with mentors and real friends and people that are taking you to the next step, but you've been open enough to accept it. And that's always an issue. Sometimes things come in front of you, but you don't have enough sense to accept that. And so
to listen.
Yeah, you've been open enough to. So after you take over Houston, you and Jay Prince, y'all hanging out. Where are you going now?
So I did a fashion show, a really big fashion show for John Blassingame in Newark. And I met a guy there, and through mutual friends, and he's like, well, where do you live? And I said, Texas. He's like, well, where are you going? You know, we just got here, got to go back to Texas. My son's in Texas. He's like, well, bring him here. And I'm like, for what? He's like, because I want you here. He moved, my daughter's father, he ended up adopting my son, moved us to Newark, and we stayed there for a good little while. And I was already going back and forth to Atlanta. So I was already building a foundation in Atlanta. And one day I just decided, you know, I was on a plane, I don't know where I was globetrotting to, but somewhere, and I remember reading this article about human sex trafficking. I really didn't know it was a thing. You know, a lot of us seen that movie Taken, but I'm just thinking this is Hollywood. And I read that it was, I think, Jada Pinkett and Gabrielle Union were talking about it, and I said, I gotta do something about this, because I've been in those positions. You know, and I know other young ladies, you know, who want to remain nameless. I think some of us was getting took because we wanted to, and not in a silly way, but, you know, dating older guys that we shouldn't have been, you know. In certain lifestyles that we shouldn't have been. You in hindsight, you really think about it.
Yeah, because you're grown now.
Exactly.
When you're young, it's all exciting. You think you're doing something.
Absolutely. And I said, I got to do something about this. And I said, I'm going to go to Atlanta for a little while and see if I can help. And I just started going to colleges and campuses and schools and supplying like pepper spray, bear spray, awareness, things to look out for, things not to do, not to accept, things like that. And a young lady named Crystal asked me if I wanted to work with her. We ended up working together. I did some things with Terry Vaughn, with Lil Wayne's daughter, and got around these girls. And I also got educated on what to do and what to say and what not to say, because you can't just go, I'm going to go help these girls. You really mentally have to be stable enough to be around these young ladies telling you, I had to run across the freeway. Well, guess what? ConSwella had to run across Austin Highway one day. So
and you know what's funny, when you're talking about that, and we were talking about being young, because I've been there, being young or whatever. How are you getting to them that this is not okay, and don't put yourself in that situation? Because when you're young, you sometimes will put sometimes, not all, sometimes put yourself in that situation. So how did you guys?
I share my story. I share my experience with them. Someone that I trusted put me in a really bad position, and he gave me some drugs. I've never told this story, but I'm grateful that I was strong enough. I don't know if it was just me being strong enough, if it was a different journey that the universe had for me. I don't know what it was, but I did not get hooked or anything like that. Matter of fact, I called, again, the 2 men situation. You know, I think when I was younger, I was like, are you going to hurt me? I'm tired of, okay, I'm going to hurt you too. And I was dating my high school boyfriend, Pop, and I was in that bad situation with somebody else, and I called him, and he came and got me.
See?
And he loved me that much. He came and got me.
There are so many different situations that young women can get into, but that'll be a whole nother show. We got a whole nother show on that one right there.
Right.
But there's just so much, and I feel the same way you do. I want to just say, stop, don't, stop, don't,
Yep. But they take it better from someone who's been in those same trenches. They take it better from someone who's experienced, and then someone, with their little degree telling, no, you shouldn't do that, and this, that, and third. Right. No, they take it better from someone who's authentic and can tell you, baby girl, I went through this. I've gone through this. This is not what you want to do, and let me tell you why. But if you do decide to do this, let me tell you what the outcome can be as well.
And how to protect yourself if you get into that situation.
Yeah.
So you're down there, you're saving young girls or trying to, you're love matching. All along the way, you're dropping little breadcrumbs of love matching. So now we get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to pick the real estate, because you skipped that part.
Yeah.
The real estate, because we know you already have a model agency and you do public speaking. Where does the real estate come in?
So also when I was in Houston, I had a mentor. I've always had mentors, and thank you, universe. Thank you, God, for all of these mentors. I had another mentor, Ron Hampton. He was one of my sponsors. He was one of my sponsors for one of the fashion shows. And he was like, hey, I gave you that money. Can you come answer my phones for me? My receptionist is gone. He had a mortgage company. It was the Loan Factory. And I said, yeah, I'll come over and help you. And because he had a really nice office, I was like, I'll come over and help. Maybe I'll meet some models along the way.
Exactly.
So I'm answering the phone, and I'm like, so what is a Nehemiah loan? What is FHA? What is this? What is that? And he's explaining to me, and I mean, we stayed there for hours talking and talking, and I really got interested. And he's like, so yeah, I know your grandfather used to own properties, and you know about picking up rent money and this, that, and the third. And he just gave me so much. It was like overload, but I loved it. And so I went back, and I kept going back working with him. So I learned the mortgage business, I learned the title business, and when I was pregnant with my daughter, fast forward in New Jersey, one of the agents that I used to do his loans said to me, I used to process his loans for him, he said, you have the look, you have the knowledge, you should get your real estate license. Bam, one thing about me, you tell me something positive you think I should do, I'm on it.
Yeah.
So I got my license, and that's where that started. I started selling real estate, I still do, I love it, but I wanted to work in new construction. Okay. And that's why I said, we didn't have it too much in Houston at the time. We definitely didn't have it in New Jersey. Right. Not like that, it's a lot of buildings, it wasn't popular like that, it wasn't accessible as much as it was in Atlanta. And I knew, because remember, I'm going back and forth to Atlanta all these years. So I said, oh, they have human sex trafficking they need help with. They have all these communities that I can sell. Yeah. I'm going. I love it. I'm going.
So we're real estate, we're love matching, blah, blah, blah. Bravotv. How does it get there?
So all along, all these years before the modeling agency, before all the promotion, the real estate, I always said I wanted to be on TV. Remember, I didn't watch Billie Holiday and Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross, whatever the characters. I didn't watch this, and I said, I got to do it. And so I learned, one of my friends, who's also a good mentor to me, Anthony Hill, I met him in Houston. And he's a writer for Martin, Sister, all those shows. He introduced me to Rashawn McDonald. When I went out to do a show in LA for Source magazine, I had some of the models, and he said, oh, you guys can stay at my house. I introduced one of my models to one of his friends, and they are married successfully. Yeah, seriously. But he told me, if you want to be on TV, if you want to do a show, you have to write a treatment. I was like, what's a treatment? We didn't have Google. Right. So I'm like, well, what's a treatment? He explained to me what it was. So I had been writing treatments for a long time.
And didn't even know it.
Yeah. And I said I had all these concepts, all these ideas. I've written things that I've never had published because I just didn't know, or either I was too busy doing all these other 50 things that were priority. And so I met a young lady through my daughter, and her daughter were friends. This is Ming. And I was getting the award for the human sex trafficking, and I needed a dress. And she said, well, why are you looking for a dress when I have gowns right here? Yeah. So I put up one of the gowns, and she said, have you ever been married? And I said, no. And it was very emotional. I cried. I'd never worn a wedding dress. And she's like, ConSwella, you look good in that. Let me take a picture. You mind if I post it? Of course, ConSwella doesn't mind if you post a picture. So she posted a picture. She sold it in like 12 minutes.
We're going to stop right there, because now the good part starts.
Yes, yes.
We will be back. We have to take our break, but we'll be back with our special report with Black Video News and ConSwella Hartfield.
Nothing to do this week? Don't miss another event.
go to blacksinsanantonio.com for our event calendar. The home of the largest business directory in San Antonio with an African American focus. Sign up today for our weekly e-blast and text message alerts. Help us make this a better community. Connect, empower, grow.
It's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber.
Breathe right into your foot.
Your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hello, this is Cornell.
This is Terry. This is Rosemary with Frost Bank.
This is where you rise, this is where you shine, this is where you become the greatest of all time. History in the making. This is history in the making. History in the making.
Vote for your life.
We are back, Black Video News special report with ConSwella Hartfield of Bravotv. So we left with your picture being posted on social networks. Somebody saw you, bang, bing, bing.
Yes.
Here we are, your picture's posted. What happens?
So at that point, Ming and I just have a great time when we're together. Like totally, if the cameras followed us around when we're together, we probably have our own show, seriously. She said, I want you to be my ambassador. And she just started paying me to wear her gowns. We started doing photo shoots. We started building content, getting more followers, and just encouraging her like, yeah, I know this is your dream too, so let's do this together. Let's just keep going. And somebody saw it, got wind of it, and reached out to her, and she said, we need to shoot a pilot. They want us to shoot a pilot.
Oh, wow.
So I have my office. It's beautiful, extravagant in Atlanta, you know, the whole situation over in Buckhead. So she's like, can we use the office? I'm like, sure. They came, and I didn't know who it was at the time. I didn't know which network it was. I didn't know. I just said, we have the opportunity, let's do it. So we,
and there that is again.
Right, absolutely.
There it is again. Okay.
Yep. So I was very open. My broker was the best. She's like, you got the office. I'll make sure none of the other agents come in that day. I mean, I'm grateful for her as well. And we shot it, and they kind of told us what they wanted us to do. They actually wanted me to talk about her husband, but I felt like I just wasn't doing that at the time. And so I said, that's boring. She wants to talk about the singles and the matches. I said, that's boring too. I said, you know what, we want to do a reality show. I'll be right back. Mind you, we were getting ready to go do a photo shoot, you know, because that's our gig now. That's what we're doing, you know. Yeah. And I ran downstairs. I had one of the gowns in the back of the car. I grabbed it. I go back in the restroom. I come back in the conference room, and I'm like, hey, good day, good vibes. I mean, what's up? You matching everybody else. I'm recruiting all these people, but I'm still single. When you gonna match me? They loved it. Yeah. And I didn't know this, so she calls me, right? I don't know this is why they get the show. She calls, she's like, we got the green light. I'm like, you're kidding me. She's like, no, we got the green light. And she mentioned to me that there were gonna be other matchmakers. I didn't care nothing about them. I was like, it's us, let's go. So fast forward, we've probably maybe 4 episodes in filming in Atlanta. And they tell me, ConSwella, we want you to sit at this chair. So at this table, this particular table, and I saw a gentleman sitting over there, so I'm kind of easing my way over there, and I'm like, do I have to tell him to move? Are they gonna tell him to move? Production, who's gonna do it? And so I ease my way over, and before I could even say anything, he says, hey, ConSwella, how are you? Uh-oh. Nice looking gentleman. I says, I'm good, how are you? Do we know each other? He says, I'm Jimmy Jones, I'm the one that bought the show. And I'm like, oh, very nice, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right. And he says, no, thank you. He said, you're the reason why we got this show.
I love it.
That little shenanigan you pulled with the gown on.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so I was proud of myself for that.
I'm proud of you too.
Yeah.
That's one of those universe intervention stories. You know, it just happens like that.
Right.
You're in the right place at the right time situation.
Yes, absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
So some people have questions, if you can speak on this, as far as reality shows are a concept. Is it just showrunners all the time, which means, you know, someone that's just going to sell it to a network?
Right.
In Atlanta, what is the way they're doing it? Are they filming all 8, 9, 13 episodes and selling it, or are they going to the networks first with the idea? Like, what, as far as you understand it?
Oh, absolutely. So the rule of thumb is you want to shoot at least 6 because they have to see the concept. They do want to see a treatment. They do want to see, you know, the concept of what your show is going to be about, and they want to see what it's going to look like. So you have to film something to show them something.
Give them the pilot.
Yep, exactly. So that's exactly what we did. So that's typically what it is. You have a concept, you shoot it, you put it together, and you can get a showrunner. Sometimes you can go, say for instance, HGTV. You can Google the production company for HGTV. It's Pi Productions, and they will allow you to actually. You don't need a showrunner with them. If they like it, they're gonna take it. You just upload it and that's that. And there's so many different ways.
For some people that don't realize a showrunner is a very connected person, they will be able to put that in front of the people that write the checks.
There you go.
I was trying to come up with a different word for it.
That's it in a nutshell. Yes.
So and get you seen. So yeah, there's all. I was telling someone earlier today. There's all kind of ways to skin a cat.
Absolutely.
But it's just that you're in the black media market of the world. So,
absolutely, Black Hollywood.
Black Hollywood. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff going on. Our reality show is scripted. I was going to find a way to say it nicely. I'm just going to answer. Are they scripted?
So this is what it is. No, they're not. But what they will do is give you a subject. Well, you know, so-and-so wasn't invited to the party, so go talk to him about that. And then it's on.
Yeah, that's what I was explaining to somebody. They will put you in a situation next to somebody they know you don't like.
Right.
Make y'all roommates and film it. Say, let's see what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So, no, they're not technically scripted, but they are human naturally scripted. They know what's going to happen.
Right. They give you the subject and the rest is up to you.
The rest is up to you. You want to show your tail, you go right on ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
That editing room is something else. It's terrible. So
it is, because you don't know what they're going to cut and paste. There was a lot of things that were said that really wasn't said. They took it out of context and they cut and paste. They do that. You know, everybody knows that is not a secret.
Right.
And then there's a lot of things that could get edited out as well that you missed, you know, so it's a lot of behind the scenes situations.
But it's highly entertaining.
Yeah, very entertaining.
It is highly entertaining.
Do you want to be entertained?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how many episodes are y'all in?
We are now on our, last Sunday was our 7th episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they started reshooting for the next season, or are
Not
they?
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. It usually happens in the summertime.
Okay, so summertime.
So I need everybody to watch. I need you to tune in.
Yeah.
I need you to at me.
There you go.
All of that on all the social media platforms. It's just me.
We need ConSwella in the
Hartfield.
next season.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, go ConSwella, go.
Thank you.
So they're filming for then what happens? Let's say you don't come for whatever reason you decide, maybe because I know you're gonna go to the next season. But let's say you just decide that you had enough. You've knocked that off your bucket list.
Yeah.
And, because you have.
Yep, exactly.
You've been on your bucket list. What's next for ConSwella Hartfield?
What's next for me is more real estate development. More real estate development. More philanthropy. I love helping. I love helping the seniors. I love helping the children. In some cities they have homeless teens, so I'll continue doing that.
Right.
I'll continue growing. I'll continue attracting that love to me.
There you go.
You know, and I don't know if that's it, because my mind's always going, my mind's always creating. I'm always thinking of something I can do to help others, to help myself, even within the real estate development. I want to build a community of tiny homes and put single moms in there. I want to be an advocate for single moms because my mom was a single mom.
Right.
And sometimes they just need a little help,
Right.
So I want to do a few things.
I love it. Well, I envision, as if I matter, I envision more and bigger things for ConSwella. You have such a giving heart and a sweet disposition.
Thank you.
So I'm hoping that the world just opens up for you and you get everything that you dreamed of.
Yeah.
Okay, and San Antonio's rooting for you. Guys, we need to get behind.
Absolutely.
Need to get behind her. How can we get behind you? How can we find you?
ConSwella Hartfield on all social media platforms, Twitter and at Bravo. Let them know you want to see this little sexy recruiter again. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything is ConSwella Hartfield.
Okay, and we're HARTFIELD.
That's
some
it.
Of us that,
Yeah.
That came
and ConSwella, ConSwella, ConSwella.
ConSwella, we thank you so much for coming to do this special report with Black Video News. We appreciate you taking your time out of your San Antonio tour. Will you be back soon?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Next month, as a matter of fact.
Okay. All right. Yep. Very good. Very good. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in to this special report with Black Video News with ConSwella Hartfield. We hope to see you soon with some more exciting topics. Thanks
for having me.
Thank you.